On my face, a chain on my leg. Sail so high, it's a nutcracker peg. Crash, laugh, swear a bit. Bike feels filthy too with it. Wild new parts that creak like hell. Torque wrench broke, yeah, that track's well. Ride, slide, send it bent. Bike feels here and money spent. Pump it up, move it fast. Hope this ride is built to last. Rip it, pop that wheel. Bike feels spits a dirty teal. Pedal strike, another fall. Not pro riders, not at all. Skid, spits, chaos too. Bike feels just bikes and poop.
When you think of wild race bikes from the 90s, that raw alloy, neon decals and downhill speed that look dangerous even standing still, you're thinking Intense. Born out of Southern California and making some of the most iconic bikes ever made, from BMX race frame sets to downhill icons. This is the story of Intense cycles, fast, fierce and 100% for racing. Intense started back in 1993, founded by Jeff Steber, a designer and welder with a simple goal: to make the fastest mountain bikes possible, right there in Temecula, California. Back then, downhill racing was just starting to explode. Riders were hacking together prototypes, suspension was sketchy, and frame geometry was a wild guessing game. But Steber's bikes, they worked. Built from hand-welded aluminium, they were stiff, light and tough as nails. The brand's early tagline summed it up perfectly. Made in the USA, raced worldwide. The Intense M1, now that bike changed everything. Released in the mid-90s, it became the holy grail of downhill frames. Riders like Shaun Palmer, Chris Kovarik, Sam Hill and Rennie set it to World Cup podiums again and again. It was loud, unapologetic and stupidly fast. If you raced downhill in the late 90s or early 2000s, the M1 was your dream bike. It helped define the look and feel of modern downhill. Low, slack and totally badass. But before the full suspension hype, Intense actually had its roots in BMX racing. Yep, they built some seriously trick BMX race frames and later even launched a full Intense BMX line. Their BMX frames were built with the same precision and same race-focused attitude as their mountain bikes. Light, fast and engineered to win. Riders like Dale Holmes, Mike and Danny Kluag all raced Intense BMX frames. And the brand even had its own Intense BMX factory team. They weren't just dipping a toe into BMX, they were winning there too. Intense didn't stop with downhill, they started branching out. The Tracer, Spider and Socom lines brought Intense's handmade performance to trail, enduro and freeride. Every bike looked fast and mean. Raw aluminium, CNC linkages and suspension designs that felt way ahead of their time. They also partnered with Santa Cruz for the original VP virtual pivot point suspension system that would go on to shape the geometry of modern trail bikes. Today, Intense is still alive and kicking, though the focus has shifted. They've moved from small batch US production to a global market, but the race DNA is still front and centre. They're back in the UCI Downhill World Cup scene with the Intense factory racing team, fielding riders like Dakota Norton and Joe Breeden. And while their look is cleaner now, that aggressive, intense attitude is still there, built for riders who want to go fast and maybe scare themselves. From hand-welded BMX frames to full carbon World Cup race bikes, Intense has always stood for performance and passion, whether it's on the gate at a BMX track or the start hut at Fort William. An Intense bike means business. It's loud, it's fast, and it's never played by the rules. So yeah, from BMX to downhill, from the M1 to the modern M29, Intense Bicycles has stayed true to its name. It's not just a brand, it's an attitude. Fast, fearless and absolutely intense. Let us know in the comments if you've ever owned an Intense bike. What are your memories of Intense? I remember I think it was the Kawasaki Intense team on the British downhill scene. They were always really good to watch. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more bike related stuff, and thank you for watching.